Hey, it's the Terminian Hero here, and we're playing Touhou 3, Phantasmagoria of Dim.Dream. Dim standing for dimensional, so Phantasmagoria of Dimensional Dream. Now, this is gonna be part of my Touhou Project 100% challenge. Now, I know I haven't quite 100%ed Story of Eastern Wonderland yet, but I'll come back to that. For now, I mean, I suppose I've got to show this off at some point. Yeah, so if you can pause and read these descriptions if you want to. But anyways, before I get started on actually playing this, since this is my first video on this game, I'm gonna have to read the story, and then after that we can get into the game. But anyways, this game is pretty different from most Touhou games, as you might have been able to tell from the demo. This is more of a versus game rather than a straightforward bullet hell Danmaku game. It's still bullet hell or Danmaku or whatever you want to call it. But it's pretty different, but we'll get into that when we start playing. For now, I've gotta read the prologue. Deep in the mountains, in a country in the east, the Hakure Shrine was mostly peaceful. The shrine maiden of the Hakure Shrine, Reimu, was always getting wrapped up in strange circumstances, though it should be noted she was a bit strange herself, so her free time was when things were peaceful. What am I going to do with all this time on my hands? I wonder when something exciting is going to happen. When the protagonist is idle, something is required to happen. Reimu thought she'd get out of the shrine for a while instead of sweeping the garden, and so stumbled upon some ruins. Wait, what are these ruins doing next to the shrine? They weren't there yesterday. Something happens. And then Mima shows up. Oh, Reimu, so you came too. Great, it's Mima. Actually, it looks like there's a lot of people here. What is it with this ruins anyway? It says that something is asleep deep in these ruins that will grant happiness to whoever comes to visit it. Excuse me. Whatever, that sounds like something someone would say to get people to join a cult. Besides, none of this was even here yesterday. So what's up with that so-called prophecy? Mima took out a folded piece of paper from her pocket. Reimu took it and unfolded it. This was written on the paper. The Ancient Ruins, Fantasy Ruins. Grand opening 10 a.m. today. To you who visit the ruins, we present something to make you happy. Our sincere thanks to everyone who stops by. What's with these pamphlets? How is this some sort of ancient prophecy? How can ruins have a grand opening? And none of this was here yesterday. How can you all be taken in by something that's so obviously suspicious? And then Marissa shows up. So Reimu's not interested? That must mean... Who said I'm not interested? Actually, I'm pretty busy. Not. But having ruins suddenly pop up here is a pain to deal with. I have my complaints, you know? And then Mima says, isn't it almost time for the grand opening? I don't see an entrance anywhere. I guess we'll have to wait for now. Then Reimu's like, man, when did this... Well, I guess this is pretty normal around here, huh? It looks like there's a notice posted over here. Then Marissa says, wow, really? Hey, what's it say? Inside the fantasy ruins. Capacity, 1 person. The capacity must be strictly observed. If the capacity is exceeded, then we can no longer guarantee the existence of these ruins in this dimension. And then that's pretty much when they realize that they're all gonna have to fight to decide who enters the ruins. So thank you to the Touhou wiki for translating all that. So now that all that is done with, we can finally move on into the game. It always takes so long to read those darn prologues. So we've got our normal start and our versus start. Versus will be when I do multiplayer videos of this, but for now we're doing the story. You see, we've got a number of characters we could play as here. And actually, I apparently chose to play as Reimu with her alternate color scheme. I meant to go back. Let me just reset there, because we're not only going to be playing as every character, we are also going to be doing it on every difficulty. So that means we should probably start out with easy. There's easy, normal, hard, and lunatic. So we'll start with easy and build our way up from there. And we'll play as Reimu Hakure, a shrine maiden who protects dreams and tradition. Yeah, apparently if you press the bomb button, you get to play as the alternate color of the character. So anyways, that's a charge attack I just did. And here's some rapid fire. I'm on the left, by the way. It's Reimu versus Marissa. You fight these people in mostly a random order. And we're fighting Marissa first. So this is kind of like a multiplayer puzzle game, like Tetris, Puyo Puyo, Dr. Mario, whatever. Only instead of it being a puzzle mode, it's bullet hell. So we want to get combos to send bullets and other stuff onto the other screen. Now notice we built this bar up down here, and when I charge that bar up at the bottom of the screen, I can release some crazy attacks to the other side of the screen. And Marissa's defeated. You can see our health bar at the top of the screen, because it actually takes more than one hit to defeat a character in this game. That's weird. Was Marissa this weak? Maybe she's not training enough. Ho ho ho. Now we are against Ellen, one of 6 new characters in this game. And out of all the new characters in this game, none of them ever appear again in a later game. It's a bit sad. Ellen here, I'm pretty sure, was actually based on another character Zoom made for some other series. I'm not really sure who she's based off of, but I'm pretty sure she is based on someone else. But anyways, notice since we're getting all these points and combos and stuff, we're building up that blue bar at the bottom of the screen. And charging up halfway sends off an attack to the other side of the screen. Charging up 3/4 sends a stronger attack, and charging up all the way sends our strongest attack. And when you send one of those big attacks over, it also gets rid of whatever big attack they sent onto your side of the screen. You can also get one of those attacks over to the other screen by doing something with the points. I'm not sure what exactly. I'm not sure if you have to get a big enough combo of points. I think that's it. That'll send an attack to the other side of the screen as well. Sorry, unfortunately for you, I'm used to magic. Now we're up against Rikako Asakura, I believe it was. This is like the scientist person, but we'll get to these. We'll be talking more about these characters later once we're actually playing as them. So when you destroy an enemy, notice there's a little explosion that can destroy other enemies, which helps combo, but that those explosions also destroy any bullets that are nearby. Anything that gets caught in the explosion. These fireballs, if you destroy them, they get sent to the other screen. I should also note that these big attacks that I'm doing have different costs. Like the one where you have to build up the bar halfway gets rid of a quarter of the blue bar. The one where you have to build it up 3/4 gets rid of half of the blue bar. What's with these clothes? Could you be a heretic? In this world, believing in science is seen as strange. And now for Kotohime, this weird princess girl. If she really even is a princess. Who knows what the heck she is. But yeah, and then the move that requires you to charge up that blue bar all the way, it costs 3/4 of the bar. The move where you just charge it up a quarter doesn't cost anything. But I usually prefer rapid fire over that quarter charge attack anyways. The quarter charge attack doesn't actually send anything over to the other screen. It just helps you out on your screen. Yeah, the attack where you build up your meter all the way actually sends a... Ah, that was scary in more ways than one. But yeah, the attack where you charge stuff up all the way actually sends a boss over to the other screen. In Reimu's case, it sends a big yin-yang orb over. In everyone else's case, it sends, like, another version of them over. But now we're facing Kana Anabero. Kana Anabero, I don't know when to use my Japanese R's or not. Not that I am even capable of pronouncing them right. So, in addition to all of these various attacks, we've also got bombs. You see in the bottom right corner of my screen and the bottom left corner of my opponent's screen, there's 2 circles with bees in them. Those are our 2 bombs. We get 2 per round. And they clear the screen of any bullets, and I believe they also get rid of any bosses on the screen. Like this. Maybe they don't. Maybe they just do a lot of damage to them, but... either way, between the bomb and my bullets, I did manage to get rid of that boss. If you don't get rid of the boss yourself, they will go away on their own eventually. Anyways, I do realize that this LP might end up being very repetitive, considering how many characters we're gonna have to play as, and on all 4 difficulties. But it'll still be fun. Huh? Where'd you come from? And yes, you even fight yourself in this game. You fight all of the playable characters. And round 7 is always against whatever character is considered to be your rival. So, do you remember what playable character we haven't fought yet? Because whoever that character is our rival, and we're fighting them next. I know who it is. And really, if you've seen the last 2 games, then you should have a pretty good idea who the rival would be. There were only 2 characters that made it from Touhou, Touhou 1 to Touhou 2. Reimu was one of them, and her rival was the other one. And when she came over into Touhou 2, she was the main villain. Just 1 left. If I can beat them, I'll be unrivaled. Bring it on! It's Mima. Vengeful spirit. Mima here managed to be in 4 of the 5 PC 98 games. The 4th one being the only one she wasn't in. And then she never returned since, and it's really kinda sad. There were only 4 characters that made it from the PC 98 era over to the Windows era. And throughout our playthroughs so far, we've only seen 2 of them, Reimu and Marissa. One of the 4 characters only appeared in one of the Windows games, too. So it's really more like only 3 characters made it over. Alright, that's all 7 of them defeated. Yes, I beat Mima! Just as I thought, I'm the strongest. Yep, now I can finally enter the ruins. I wonder what's in there. Huh? What is all this? Just look at all this weird stuff. Are these really ruins? Don't move! Eek! What's going on? So you're the strongest magic user, are you? Come with me, immediately! What the heck are you talking about? This may look small, but it's a lethal weapon. If you value your life, you'll do as I say. What are these ruins supposed to be? Are you an ancient or a mummy or something? Of course not! And I can't believe you still think these are ruins. Anyway, come with me. Hey, wait! Whack! Who told you to grant such poor hospitality? But it's more fun this way! Whack! Whack! You're scaring the guests we've been waiting for. Please forgive our odd reception. Whatever, just who are you two exactly? I am the captain of this ship, Yumemi Okazaki. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm her crew member, Chiuri Kitashirakawa. Nice to meet ya. Wait, hold on. Did you just say a ship? Is all this a ship? That's right. Well, we call it a ship, but it doesn't float along the water, or glide through the clouds, or drift through space or anything like that. This ship is called a probability space hypervessel. I've come here on this ship in search of something that doesn't fit into the grand unified theory. That said, I found it quite quickly. Seeing magic with your own eyes is something else. It's not magic. Seeing magic with your own eyes is something else. It's divine power, not magic. It's magic, right? It doesn't really matter which. I don't get any of this, but you're gonna give me something, right? What do you mean? This pamphlet says so. Oh, I wrote those. A pamphlet? Here, let me see. The Ancient Ruins, Fantasy Ruins. Grand opening today at 10. Those who visit these ruins will be given a present to grant them happiness. We eagerly await your visit. What is this? So you've come all this way just after seeing this pamphlet, huh? But you're gonna give me something, right? Well, I don't have much of a choice, seeing as how it's written here. I would like to study your power. I want to study magic in depth and then take my revenge on the Academy. The captain subscribes to a theory that magic exists apart from the grand unified theory. And she announced her non-unified magic world theory to the Academy. When she did that, she was laughed out of the place. In any case, if your magic is truly powerful, I'll grant you what you desire, provided it is within my ability to do so. But if it's weak, we don't need it. That should be acceptable, is it not? Well, if you'll grant me a wish, then it's okay with me. Well then, do your best, Chiuri. I'll be monitoring this world of magic in the meantime. By that, you mean... I want you to fight her. Man, I was afraid of that. Whack! Whack! Quit whining and defeat her this instant. You have my scientific magic, don't you? I don't expect you to win, but if you lose right away, we won't be able to understand anything. In that time, I'll gather data. No way out of this, huh? Let's fight. It's it's not magic, it's divine power, but... And we're fighting Chiori Kitashirakawa, the penultimate boss, because obviously... I mean, it's not much of a spoiler, we're obviously gonna be fighting you mainly after this. So, Chiori is honestly a bit difficult, although we still shouldn't have much of an issue since we're on easy. Although she is beating us. I'd also like to add that your fingers can get really tired playing this game because this game has charged attacks, which means that you can't rapid fire by just holding the button down. You actually have to rapidly press the button, which is a bit of a pain, but whatever. So we have our blue bar fully filled up, but I'm gonna hold off on actually using our ability until Chiori uses hers here. So that way I can counter hers. You gotta play defensively like that sometimes. Actually, most of the time. And she's done. Goodbye, Chiori. Chiori, you lost too fast. But... no buts, and no rear ends either. I couldn't get nearly enough data. Geez, if you had won, we could have just put her under and taken her home. What? That's right, I finally found the beautiful power called magic in this world. I won't settle for just observations anymore. I'm going to take you back as a test specimen, study that power, and then make it mine. Aw, I thought all that talk about granting me wishes was too good to be true. But I've already beaten that scientific magic you created. I wonder, how are you going to beat me? My scientific magic is, after all, merely an imitation of magic. It can't prevail against the real thing. It doesn't use magic. It is a thing born of only positively charged photons and light waves. I don't have magic, but I have the power of science, and I do have some knowledge of the occult. What does the occult have to do with it exactly? Nothing. Well, okay. If you can manage to defeat me in battle, I'll give you what you wish, according to the pamphlet. However, if I win, you'll come back to our world. That should suffice. Even though it's not like I'm giving you a choice. I won't lose anyway. Let's go! Hold on just a moment. I need to change into my battle wear. Not nervous at all, I see. Okay, I'm ready. All you did was put on a cape. Slap! Give it your all. If you die, I can't take you back with me after all. Same to you. Okay, here I come. Just remember, it's not magic, it's divine power. Yeah, Chiori called her out on her phony magical girl transformation. Anyways, one thing that's gonna be nice when we're playing this on harder difficulties is that I'm gonna be able to skip all the dialogue here. Because, I mean, the dialogue can be nice, but it just takes so long that we don't really want to have to hear it more than once. So we're both... She's ready to use her super move, and I'm ready to counter it. Goodbye. That's how you want to time it. Right when they use their boss attack, you want to counter with a boss attack, because it clears the boss from your screen and sends a boss over onto their screen. I did mention before, though, that there's some special, not as good boss attacks, but they are still boss attacks that you can get by getting a point combo. And if you're both getting point combos over and over again, you can get some crazy stuff where you just keep countering each other over and over again, and it gets a bit ridiculous, honestly. Oh man, she's charging hers up and I'm not ready to do mine yet. There we go. I had to survive for a little bit there, but I still got the counter off. Yeah, see there, she just did one of her boss attacks from getting a combo. Oh my gosh! Okay, it's actually scary now. She still hasn't taken damage, and I'm on my last hit. One thing to note is that you can't die unless you're at half a heart. No matter how strong the attack is, you will not die unless you get hit while you're on half a heart. So that's something important to note. But we can die. We're also out of bombs now, and she still has one. I feel like there's some sort of rubber band AI in this game, where if you're doing really well, the later bosses will just be nearly impossible until you lose a few times. Our lives are in the top right corner of our screen. I don't know how I'm surviving this. I mean, I know it's easy mode, but I'm sure it still looks hard to a lot of people watching. Maybe not to some Touhou veterans, but Touhou is not an easy game franchise. Oh my gosh! Well, we didn't quite survive. It would have been epic if we did, but we did not. Oh yeah, and the meter on the bottom, for some reason, stays filled up the same amount that it was when the round ended, which can either put you at a really good advantage or a really horrible disadvantage. I honestly don't like that it does that. I wish the blue meter at the bottom would actually reset, but it doesn't. Oh. This is not looking good already. I should also note about good endings, because normally in Touhou games, you get bad endings by beating the game after using a continue, after running out of lives. And you get good endings by beating the game without using a continue. With this game, it's a little bit different from that. There are no good and bad endings. But there is a bonus ending. So each character has their own ending if you beat the game with them. And you can also get a bonus ending after the credits if you don't use a continue. But that bonus ending isn't really character specific. There's 2 characters that can't get the bonus ending. And there we go. But yeah, it's the same ending for every character that can get it. So I wasn't able to defeat real magic after all. How frustrating. Why wasn't I born in this world? Now that it's come to this, I'll show you the true power of science! Take this, my planet-destroying 4th dimensional positron bomb! Bonk! Cut it out already. If you do that, we'll go down in history as the bad guys. Those folding chairs hurt! Geez, I was only joking, wasn't it obvious? Well, I have no other choice. I will give up on learning magic. But I was able to collect quite a lot of data, and I can present a report to the Academy. Magic is real, closely related to religion. It can solve our energy crisis and environmental issues. It will save humankind, and somehow that seems off. Anyway, a promise is a promise. I will give you whatever you desire. Really? Alright! But for your information, I'm only human, so nothing too crazy. I see. What can you do? Oh, you know. Anyway, I live in a large shrine, and it's awful having to clean it every day. I sweep and sweep and sweep, but it never seems to end. Okay. If that is the case, then I will give you this housekeeping android. Oh! I present to you Multi. Bonk! Hey, that's way too dangerous. Very well, then I will make it safer. She takes care of our cleaning, but we shall give her to you. Yes, that's perfect. But are you sure? I promised, didn't I? Besides, I still have Chiuri, so it'll be fine. Hey! That's what you get for hitting me on the head. Anyway, her name is Rukoto. She is a multi-purpose android that functions semi-permanently and can do cleaning, cooking, the laundry, you name it. Thank you, Doraemon. Who? Anyway, we must return home now. Take care. Later. Hey, I've come to play. How's that cleaning robot working out for you? Ah, Marissa, I'm just having some tea right now. What are you doing, Marissa? Well, I come to the shrine and I see this all of a sudden. What's wrong with this? The atmosphere is so unshrine-like that it made me a little dizzy. Marissa gets dizzy, falls over in a tizzy. What? That aside, is that thing helping you get more cleaning done? About that, when I asked Lukoto to help with the cleaning, she started to clean with an incredibly happy look on her face. She uses a broom, but her technique is awful. She took so long, I ended up doing all the work in the end. Honestly, even though androids are high-tech, they are technically useless. I guess you aren't into that kind of stuff. Excuse me, where would you like me to clean next? Go clean wherever you like. Yes, ma'am. Anyway, what does she run on? I haven't a clue. She doesn't eat anything, and I don't see any openings for fuel, but they said she functions semi-permanently. Semi-permanently? That only means she'll live longer than her owner, I bet. But doesn't that violate the law of conservation of energy? Maybe. She might just have a bunch of permanent batteries stored in her. Who knows? Maybe she feeds off your life force every night. No way! Don't try to scare me like that, jeez! End. And there we go. There's our first of many playthroughs of Touhou 3, Phantasmagoria of Dim.Dream. And for those of you that played the Windows Touhou games, but not the PC 98 games, this music might sound familiar to you, as it was the music for the credits of Touhou 8, Imperishable Night. Of course, there was a remixed version in that game, but yeah, even though not much came back from the PC 98 era over into the Windows era, Imperishable Night actually has music from the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th games, which is pretty cool. So yeah, one playthrough down, a bunch to go. We still have our bonus ending that we'll be able to get here because we never had to use a continue. Our results. They don't really give us any nicknames for how good our skill is, but our skill is ranked at 58. So we'll see how well we do with other characters. Different characters do have different stats. It's kind of like the different shot types of the previous game. So, yeah. I'll just put in Termina H. Right, let's get to cleaning. This time around was really something, wasn't it? I wonder why all these weird things keep happening around me. Still, I'll take that any day over nothing going on. Ever since those two left, the garden seems to have gotten bigger. Cleaning is such a pain. It's so boring. Slam! Huh? The Academy kicked us out again. Why? Hey, we're back. Sweat drops. And that is it for this video. In the next video, we will be playing as Mima. I'm the Terminian Hero, and I will see you then.